blocker. Swim dodge, fires and scores! Skipping a step behind the back! And the extra look and the goal! Shot on goal and good. It is a rainy Friday afternoon at Syosset High School, where this afternoon the Varsity Media Sports Network presents this Nassau Conference A showdown between the visiting Dalers of Farmingdale, who come in with a 9-2 record, 3-1 in Nassau Conference A, against the Braves of Syosset at 5-5 and also at 3-1 in Nassau Conference A. Good afternoon, everyone. Dylan Butler here with Brian Soper, the head coach of Oyster Bay High School. And Brian, it is a rematch of the Nassau Conference A championship game a year ago, won by Syosset. While the Dalers do return several key players from last year's team, it is a different Syosset team, a team that's still trying to figure things out, but they are playing better as this season has gone along.
Yes, as you check the box scores, they definitely seem like they're peaking at the right time as we're getting into the end of the regular season, getting ready for the playoffs, and they're getting a little healthier today on attack.
Yeah, that's a big storyline today, right? So we'll start with that actually with Syosset, and it's the return of a guy who's been out for much of the season, Dylan Stadler, right? So usually we see him on that first midfield line and has 2 goals, 2 assists. He got those in that South Side game, but he's been out since. So a big return for him for a Syosset team that has been battling those injuries, right? We've seen freshmen step up. We've seen 8th graders step up. You know, it's kind of it's the war of attrition a little bit for the Braves this year, but great to have Stadler back here for this tail end of the regular season.
I think that's what they need. They need a little jump start on offense to get someone to spark them and to get somebody back that's going to be able to be down in that end with experience and Division I commit is going to be tremendous for Coach Calabria's squad.
Yeah, Stadler going on in a couple of years at least to play at Marist College. Look at the Dalers, and again 9-2, 3-1. We had their rivalry game, right, against Massapequa on Saturday. It was a 1-goal loss for Farmingdale. They bounced back in a big way, as we expected, beating Uniondale 17-0. Hickus with 4 goals and 1 assist. Jack Agers with 2 and 1. Ryan Woodland with 2 goals, and Dylan Cassone with 2 goals as well. So the Dalers, that's a win that you expect them to get, obviously, right? But now this is a step up, certainly from a Uniondale team, and a big game for them, knowing also what's ahead for them. A guy who we expect certainly to lead them, and he's wearing that special number 40 for the Dalers, is Kyle Wilson.
I was looking at they gave us some stats today about like goals for and goals against in Nassau County, and I saw the Dalers were giving up 3.8 goals a game, and that's pretty good defense, right? So that's a big matchup here to see if Syosset's offense is able to score against this vaunted Farmingdale defense.
And Kyle Wilson's a guy who will go both ways. He'll affect the game on the defensive side as well as the offensive side, as we mentioned. That special number 40, of course, where John Krumenacher, who was a 1981 graduate, died in 1999. And since 1999, they have given that, the coaches have selected that number 40. You see them here right in the green penny right in the middle of our screen. It started with Kevin Brennan, who went to Duke, an attackman, in the year 1999. You had guys like Matt Danowski and Matt DeLuca, and a year ago, Dom Chaccio, and this year it's Kyle Wilson's number, and he wears it proudly.
They take such pride in that, and he scored a huge goal against Massapequa, and look on his leadership to lead them in this game.
For the Braves, they also come in off of a lopsided win, beating Hicksville 19-3, and a team as well. We saw them a week or so ago, right, against a Port Washington team losing by a goal, right? So they've been right there in a lot of these big games. So this is a chance for them to probably get a signature win. And a guy that we expect to lead them there, if they do that, is Adam Giovinco. Junior, 15 goals, 8 assists. It's interesting with Giovinco, right? Because one, he was in the shadow of guys like Goalie and Alexander, both currently, right, playing Division I lacrosse. But also he's been in the shadow of his older brothers, right? Where Andrew, Stony Brook, Alex, Jacksonville, now he is the lone Giovinco on this roster, and it's his chance to shine here this year.
And he plays such an important spot. That left-handed finisher spot is so important on any team's attack. So I think it's important for him to get off to a good start and be able to maybe bury one early to give him some confidence.
Yeah, we'll see again how the return of Stadler maybe boosts this attack, right? Because again, you've relied on, and a guy has stepped up well, has been Brody Waxer, the 8th grader, right? 7 goals, 5 assists, but nothing beats experience, and nothing beats a Division I player in Stadler to join. We don't know how long he'll be in today. We'll monitor that as we go along, but we expect him, as he's in, to have an impact. Let's take a look at the starters. First, for the Dalers of Farmingdale, you see it's Eggers, Hickus, and Woodland. A formidable attack. Woodland leading the way, of course, the lefty attackman going to Hofstra. Your first midfield of Ramos, Bergerson, and we mentioned Wilson before. You've got Schmeichel at long stick midi, and the defense, the stout defense, those numbers these guys are a big reason for those numbers you mentioned before. Bolello, Thomas, and Pantorno. And in the cage, again, with the injury to Danny Seaman, it's Jimmy Caputo's job. The sophomore, 14 saves, 65% save percentage. He's been great as a backup, as a guy to look out for in the future, and it's his job now, and we've liked what we've seen so far from Caputo.
Definitely his team, right? Danny's injury is pretty significant in his hand, and I think it was good for him to play well against Massapequa and then have a little bit of an easier game, right, as he's preparing for this one, and I expect him to have a good game.
Let's take a look at the Syosset starters now, and we start with the attack line. Voigt, Giovinco, and Stadler, right? So we'll see how that changes things. You got Ricardo, Disque, and Burch as your first midfield. You've got Logan Friedman, 2-year player there at long stick midi. And then again, a change defensively, right? Injury and illness have really affected the Braves. You've got Zuleta, Catolo. Out, though, is Sakato. In is the freshman William Cawley. And in the cage, a guy who's been very, very good, another Division I commit, Zach Finkelstein, going to Binghamton in a couple of years, 65 saves on the season. Head coaches for the Dalers, of course, it's Mike Hungerford, part-time broadcaster for us in his 6th season out of Farmingdale, 1986. John Calabria is the head coach at Syosset in his 23rd season out of Sachem, 1989 graduate. We'll take a quick break as we'll have the anthem coming up. We'll get the starting face-off for this one when we return right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Stand out from the competition with a Varsity Media college recruiting video. A college recruiting video from Varsity Media can help save money on college tuition and land a spot on the team. We use your best plays with our custom editing effect sets and music to ensure a college coach sees your athletic skills. Contact us today to book a college recruiting video. 516-403-2050 or email Jeff at varsitymedia.net.
If you're an event organizer looking for a media company to cover live streaming, action photography, and game video for your event, look no further. Varsity Media travels throughout the Northeast covering weekend tournaments, showcases, and championships. Contact us today to learn about our services and packages at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area's sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
For the best action shots and the best angles, look no further than Varsity Media. Our experienced photographers capture your athletes' best moments right from field level. Plus, we offer great keepsakes like bobbleheads, posters, plaques, and prints. For more information about Varsity Media's photography services, contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media covers every sport at every level from every angle. Game film, recruiting videos, highlight videos, SPORTSCAST,
Under, and what a look.
photography, live streaming. You name it, we offer it. Don't leave your video needs to amateurs. Trust the pros. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to Syosset High School. Just about set for the start of this Nassau Conference A showdown between the Braves of Syosset and the Dalers of Farmingdale. Dylan Butler, Brian Soper here. As we are just about set to go, we'll take a look at, listen, face-offs are always a key battle, right? So we'll take a look at that, the combatants at that spot here today. Two Division I bound guys, but you see a little bit of a difference here where Ricardo, more seasoned, has been a few more reps than Mangio, and you see the numbers as well. 77% on the season for Luca Ricardo, 68 for Mangio. So this will be an interesting battle between two future Division I guys.
It's also going to be interesting to see, even off of the original face-off, to see the wing play. You know, I think in Farmingdale's game against Massapequa, Mangio did a good job winning the draws, but you know, Massapequa was able to kind of get possessions off of that with their poles. So interesting to see how the teams play it, and the wing play is going to be super important.
Yeah, when we spoke to both coaches, as we asked their keys coming in for Farmingdale, Hungerford said, we've got to play solid defense. We can't give them anything easy. No easy goals, no transition goals. We have to minimize turnovers, and we have to clear the ball effectively. He didn't say win the face-off battle, right? But he said we have to manage it, and that is probably also where wing play becomes a big factor. And he also said that Farmingdale's got to shoot the ball smartly. For Syosset, Calabria mentioned his keys as being needing to clean up mistakes, be more consistent on offense by reducing turnovers. So we see both guys mentioning limiting turnovers, certainly. Concentrating on our stick skills. The Dalers are a strong defensive unit and between the lines as well, so we need to be deliberate and be sure to play fast, but not in a hurry.
The rain is starting to come down a little bit harder, so it's going to be important here to kind of shorten your passes and to make sure that, you know, you're a little more valuing of the ball and making sure your passes are a little crisper in the rain.
Ricardo gets the first face-off win. And the difference, too, between those two guys is Ricardo stays on, where Mangio is that Fogo. And they receive 4. Stadler, good to see him back on the field. Ground ball, still loose, and the Dalers come away with it. It's Joe Bleck. Bleck double teams. Syosset will ride aggressively. He sweeps it forward, and the GB's picked up by Ramos, but failure to advance for the Dalers, so Syosset will get the ball back off the turnover.
Right away, you know, we're less than a minute into the game. We see the physicality that's gonna be part of this matchup, and winning the ground balls.
Stadler works it to X, where it's Voigt. Good size senior. Voigt, 4 goals and 3 assists on the year. And there's Burch. You always are interested in the matchups, right? Bolello is the guy who's going to be on Stadler. At least it appears that way early on, Brian.
And defensively, right, 50's their 40 number, right, their best defenseman, right, their heart and soul. The defense wears that number, and to see him match up with Stadler is not surprising.
Yeah, that's been endowed by the Ostrander family at Farmingdale.
Great check.
And Bolello getting after it. Ground balls will be huge, and that's picked up as the Dalers go. That's Trevor Gayron. Gayron to the crease, in and out of Woodland's stick.
Good little trail check there by Catolo, right, to knock that ball out. Looked like he might get a dunk.
And Finkelstein hands off, and Dalers not riding as aggressively as the Braves, at least not just yet. As Stadler gets it back to X. They'll work it to the far side. Shot in front, and first save, and a big save early on for Caputo.
That first save is huge. Farmingdale got caught there a little bit in the sub game and led to a 6-on-5 opportunity for Syosset. Good shot, good save. Good one for Caputo.
So first opportunity now for the Dalers on the attack. It's Bergerson, the Mercy commit. And there is Wilson wearing that number 40.
Farmingdale starts in like an open set there, looking to get some possessions and dodge here.
Wilson's got the short stick matchup, tries to get topside, hands off. Low pass on the ground, though, scooped up there by Bergerson. He does get topside, fires it, shot blocked in front. Back to X, stays with the Dalers. And there's the first goal of the game. Nice rip by O'Keefe.
Coach Hungerford talked about getting him some more time. Great feed by Woodland over the top. They'll get to that middle of the field. That's where the good stuff happens. Top corner. Great shot, O'Keefe.
So the the sophomore O'Keefe, he was the only freshman on the team a year ago. O'Keefe gets his 5th goal of the year.
When I was talking to Coach Hungerford, he talked about getting Woodland more involved in the game, not just as a dodger, but a little more feeding, a little more catch and shoot, rather than having to be the guy who initiates all the offensive sets.
And the Dalers will get the ball. Oh, they switched it. The one official looked like he pointed the other way, and then they went white. Doesn't matter because Syosset throws it away.
Looking to feed. There were guys open in front there. Ricardo, high-risk pass, but the guys were open, just missed it. Rainy day, right? Those passes are tough.
And you see it's not quite a 10-man, right? But it's an aggressive ride for Syosset. And on a rainy day, those passes have to be even crisper. It's a one-man clear for Wilson. Good cut by Woodland to the cage. Can't pick up the ball, but Agers gets it back. And here's O'Keefe again, downhill. Goal line extended, the extra pass, turnaround shot by Woodland wide.
Farmingdale caught Syosset there in the sub game, got a little transition there, odd man situation. Good feed by Woodland, just went wide.
Agers, brother Brody at St. John's, sister Riley at BU, both goalies. Jack's like, I don't want any part of that. I'm going to be an attacker.
He had no choice. They needed someone to shoot on them.
There's O'Keefe, lone goal. Great look. And the shot at a really good spot there by Hickus.
Invert, nice feed to the crease. That's 2 consecutive shots that barely missed the net.
Behind the back for Woodland.
Exactly what I was just talking about. There you have Woodland playing off ball, so he has to catch and be more of a finisher than a dodger.
Agers, the senior, loses it. Battle for that ground ball. We didn't think that we would see Staccato, but yet there is Gage, who's been sick for the last 3 days or so.
Senior, right? Senior day?
Well, one of them.
One of them.
One of three for the Braves. As Wilson works the X. Aggressive work by Catolo. He steps out, though, and it'll stay with the Dalers. So unfortunate there for Catolo because he did all the hard work there, Brian, just at a bad spot in the field.
Great check, aggressive. That's the second time Syosset's gotten the ball on the ground but haven't been able to get it up, giving the Dales another possession.
Farmingdale. There's O'Keefe again, goes low. Finkelstein says no.
Great save. Read the stick, low to low, right, match stick, right, get down to the ground. Good save. Syosset slid adjacent there and got a good shot, good opportunity there.
It's now Bergerson at X. Up top, Woodland from there, bounces it wide.
You definitely see Farmingdale might have saw something they liked in their scouting. They're really trying to feed that crease and get some open looks.
Dalers lead 1-0 early on. Number 9, O'Keefe, is the one who scored it. He's got it now and the shorty matchup. Goes goal unextended. And there's Woodland. We expect to see him pop up in all kinds of different places today for the Dalers. Lowers his shoulder. Woodland. It pops loose, though, and here comes Syosset. It's Zuleta who comes up with it.
Catolo's definitely not going to back down to the physicality there by Woodland. Great job on the defensive end.
And both football guys as well, right? So you know they love it. And now Syosset has another opportunity to be on attack. The field's been a little bit slanted. Shots as well. 6-1 right now in favor unofficially of the Dalers.
As a coach, I'm Farmingdale. I feel like I should be up 2 or 3 goals right now. It's still 1-0. If Syosset can score here, that's huge momentum for them.
Look to the crease. Behind the back shot by Stadler is wide.
Great cut, right? Cut back door. Good catch, right behind the back, just wide.
And how big would it be for him as well, right, to get one after missing so much time.
Especially BTB.
Yeah. Another cut. Ricardo goes far post, and that one's wide.
Both teams are looking more off ball, right, for cutters and feeders, right, rather than dodging. I think both teams respect the on-ball defense for both teams.
Stadler. And there's Voigt. Gets it back. Voigt gets a shot off. Another bouncer, and that also wide.
Got to the middle of the field, got top side there, overhand bouncer. Didn't miss by much. Not too much steam on it, but still, sometimes it's placement.
Here comes Giovinco. He's got Stadler looking and waiting, but great job defensively by Matty Pantorno, the junior. But now it's the difficult part, right, for the Dalers is this ride. What a job by Wilson.
That's
pumping the brakes.
It's been a one-man clear so far.
He gets it back. And there's big Caden Lennon. Just a sophomore, 6'4", 200. Puts it on the cage. Finkelstein, another save.
Good rollback to his right hand. We saw his left hand on display against Massapequa.
First flag of the game.
They might get retaliation here as well.
Yeah, we did see a second flag raised as well. Got the call from the officials here. As first, we'll have a conversation. What'd you see? Here's what I got. All right, so you've got two different, you've got offsetting penalties essentially, right? You had the initial slash that we saw. That goes to Zuleta. And then a bit of a retaliation there late. The official called it.
It was on Lennon.
Yeah, it's not. He said 23. It's not a 23. It's to 25. Caden and Lennon. Both are 1 minute, so they offset will go 5-on-5 now, right?
I didn't recognize referee Brendan Wallace. He's got on the haircut and a trim, right? It looks much different. You got a great referee crew here on this game, you know, as should be. Top Class A matchup.
Here's Ricardo. Sidearm shot and another save for Caputo.
2 for 2. Quick outlet to Gayron.
Might as well. Gayron! He's like, no one's going to step to me. I'll fire this one.
5-on-5 is a lot more open space. It changes up your slides. Gayron, right, like a gazelle in the middle of the field, right, getting there. No one's coming. Bam, right, lower corner. Line it up, face it off. Great job. Good save, good outlet, good shot.
Gayron's first of the year. 6'3", 200, right? An ideal size for that defensive midi, and as we saw there, can run it as well. An all-county linebacker in football as a junior. Football running back as well, right? So
good to see those guys actually get in the stat sheet. They do so much things in between the lines where they don't get the stats, but to see them actually tally and get their name in Newsday is great to see because they work so hard.
So the two guys with the penalties still in. And there's the response by Giovinco.
Mentioned in the beginning about him getting off to a good start in that left-handed spot. Little breakdown defensively by the Dalers. Step down, right? Good shot, good placement. Can't let a guy like Giovinco stand there with his hands free.
For Adam, goal number 16 of the season. Still 16 seconds left in those offsetting penalties. When they are offsetting, they both stay in.
But I think you see how it kind of messed both teams up defensively, where there was one less guy, kind of changes matchups, it changes a little bit of the slide packages, and both teams were able to capitalize.
Mangio in early. So another face-off win for Ricardo. 2-1 the score. 2:34 remaining in this first quarter. Here's Burch going to Manhattanville. 3 years on the varsity. Pick in his pocket was Wilson. Gets it to Gayron.
Just kind of lost it. Kind of was flipping his stick around, a little cradle, and it flew out.
Gayron was chased by Disque and a timeout called by the Dalers. We talked about what this game means in terms of the standings in Nassau Conference A. As you see it here, right, this is through games of May 5th. So Massapequa on the very top. And listen, deservedly so, right? When you beat number 2 and number 3 on the road in 1 week, yeah, the Chiefs should be on top of those standings as they are. But you see the logjam right behind them. And we've got a lot of key games as well coming up, right? You see it here as well on the bottom right of your screen. And both of these games as well will be on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Port going to Farmingdale, Massapequa coming here to Syosset. So within a couple games, this whole thing can flip.
You know, those top 4 seeds are important, and understanding who do you want to play, who do you don't want to play. And for me, seeing all 4 teams so far, I don't know if there's a clear top team, but right now I'd say Massapequa is the team that maybe if you're looking at why you would want to be a 2 or a 3 as opposed to the 4, right? Just trying to avoid certain matchups. Sure. and what Massapequa can bring to the table on all ends of the field. Off
timeout. 2:13 remaining. As we said, right, both teams, again, coming in off of lopsided wins. And the last meeting between these two was that Nassau A championship game, which was Syosset's 6th county title. Danny Garone with 5 goals and an assist. A.J. Alexander with 3 and 1. Joe Buetti with 2 and 1. Devin Lefkowitz with 2 goals. All of those guys have graduated. A huge senior class a year ago for Syosset. The difference between the two teams, certainly coming in, is Farmingdale has a lot more returning guys. Certainly the top-end guys, more of those guys back this year than Syosset does.
It's crazy how you kind of know, like all these guys know each other's classes, like the junior class, the sophomore, they all know what's coming up, what's leaving, and it's like a 3-4 year process and understanding, where the supremacy is going to be in Class A.
Well, the Dalers lost it, and Caputo picked it up, and then the Braves lost it, so Farmingdale gets it right back. A little bit of a sloppy start for both in sloppy weather conditions here this Friday afternoon. There's a look to the crease. The dunk by Woodland, and Friedman makes the save.
Huge save. Great look, right? Kind of caught it and quickly, almost like a quick stick. Finkelstein was there for the stop. Big one.
He's been really good this year, and it's a key guy to have. I mean, 2 keys you have, right, are at the faceoff X and at goal, and especially when you've got guys trying to figure out new roles and advanced roles, and when you have an 8th grader starting for a good portion of the year and a freshman as well, right? So when you've got dominance of the faceoff X in Ricardo and you've got an incredible keeper as well in Finkelstein, that's a good base.
Yeah, if you're going to be strong in 2 spots as a coach, those are the 2 that I would pick to be really strong at.
There is Ricardo. We're 35 seconds left, so let's see if the Braves here hold for the last. Nice dodge, shot right into the stick. Caputo makes the save. Tries to get the quick outlet. Ball was loose, and here come the Dalers. 20 seconds. Woodland. Cross crease shot, and what a goal! The look was phenomenal by Woodland, and the finish comes from 1. Eggers.
Unbelievable feed. Again, like kind of a quick stick. It's not in his stick for more than a second there. Boom, out. Bounce to the top corner. Starts on defense, right? Starts with a save, quick outlet, get it up, push in transition, and Woodland doing things besides scoring that I think is important to, really well-round his game, right? Going to Hofstra.
100%. And listen, that's Woodland's 2nd assist already of the game. So big for him, as there was a hold on Mangio. Face-off win for Syosset. Final 7 seconds. Ricardo has it. Tries to get inside. He is hammered and surrounded. The lid comes off, and the flag flies. Let's see this call.
Nothing's going to come easy today, that's for sure.
Syosset fans wanting an unreleasable penalty.
Wait.
So the foul is actually on Ricardo.
No, it's on 10 for Farmingdale. Same number.
Well, he pointed 10. So, yeah, it'll be 10 against Farmingdale, but certainly confusion because the official pointed towards White. Foul, though, was on Farmingdale. After 12 minutes, it's Farmingdale with a 3-1 lead over Syosset. You're watching this Nassau Conference A showdown on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Varsity Media covers every sport at every level from every angle. Game film, recruiting videos, highlight videos, SPORTSCAST,
Under, and what a look.
photography, live streaming. You name it, we offer it. Don't leave your video needs to amateurs. Trust the pros. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Stand out from the competition with a Varsity Media college recruiting video. A college recruiting video from Varsity Media can help save money on college tuition and land a spot on the team. We use your best plays with our custom editing effect sets and music to ensure a college coach sees your athletic skills. Contact us today to book a college recruiting video. 516-403-2050 or email Jeff at varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Varsity Media covers every sport at every level from every angle. Game film, recruiting videos, highlight videos, SPORTSCAST,
Under, and what a look.
photography, live streaming. You name it, we offer it. Don't leave your video needs to amateurs. Trust the pros. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to rainy Syosset High School. Dylan Butler, Brian Soper here with you after one quarter. The Dalers with a 3-1 lead. But Brian, first opportunity for a man up, right? We've had flags, but they were offsetting earlier on, so it's a 1 minute advantage. Well, 59 seconds because that penalty came right at the end of that first quarter. So with Gayron in the box, it's an opportunity here for the Braves to pull back a goal.
The next goal is huge. Huge difference between 3-2 and 4-1. So Syosset will look to capitalize here at the man up.
Ricardo, who's the one who took the hit on that, hands off. He cuts at the cage, opens up some space. Who will take it? Stadler, the extra pass. Look up top. Good ball movement with 30 seconds remaining. Here's Disque. Disque has it. Ricardo bounced out from like the high crease, gets it now. Stadler. 10 seconds. Syosset's not taking an attempt at the cage yet. And we're even as Syosset maintains possession.
Good kill for Farmingdale. Interesting, getting Stadler back. You're really not sure how much he's been practicing and how much reps they've had on the man up. But they were patient there, didn't force it, which isn't the worst thing in the world to save a possession.
He's practiced the last 2 days or 3 days, I think it was, and he's looked good, and that's the reason why you give him the go. And of course, also you put him on attack, right? You save his legs. You don't have him do maybe any unnecessary running.
That man up, he was in that low right corner. I was watching him before the game, kind of sniping that low corner.
Here's Javinko. Hands off. Ricardo skips it this way, up top again. Here's Disque, the sophomore, big, strong lefty.
Farmingdale's playing it so tight inside, right? The defense is so tight, working together as a unit.
Nice pass. Ricardo off the bar.
Nice little play there. They kind of slipped a pick. Ricardo, good shot, right? Goalie's best friend, hits the pipe.
I thought Danny Seaman was Caputo's best friend, but maybe it is the pipe. You're right. Ricardo. Now Giovinco gets behind the cage, chased by Ryan Thomas. Back to Ricardo, low pass. Now it's going to be a 50-50 ground ball battle. picked up by the Dalers, and they're off and running. That's Terry Quinn. Part of that kind of four-headed defensive midfield group as a flag flies to our throne.
There's seven on the defensive end for Syosset, so offsides.
And when you're off, you stay off because you need to get the stop here. Here's Woodland using that size, that strength, and the finish by Woodland. What a game he's having early on. A goal and 2 assists, and he extends the Dalers' lead to 4-1.
6 or 7 on D, doesn't matter when you got a big lefty going top side here. A lot of traffic, cutters, a lot of things going on there. Gets to his left hand to the middle and low and away, that off-stick hip. Tough for a goalie. Flag will be wiped out.
For Woodland, goal number 29 of the year. An all-county player a year ago. All-conference in basketball. Would have probably been that in football, too, if not for an injury. So just a tremendous athlete. But lacrosse is very much in his future, as you mentioned, right? Going on to play for Seth Tierney out at Hofstra.
They know a little bit about lefty shooters at Hofstra, I think.
Just a bit.
Josh Byrne. Ryan.
Ricardo, 6 for 6. Look at the defensive work. Fantastic check there by Joe Bleck. Oh, Agers lost it. We go the other way now as Zuleta. He loses it. Wilson. A lot of ground balls to be at here. Oh, what a look. Oh, and a better save. An incredible save. Mark that one down. That's probably the save of the game.
Robbery. Call in Nassau County Police.
Yeah, felony.
That was huge, right? That was a huge stop, right? 5-1 there, right? Giving up a breakdown after not clearing it a couple of times. You stand on your head, right? Make a save, and if Syosset could score here, that would be unbelievable.
It's Stadler. And a failure to advance. And then the Dalers go the other way. Gayron. So it's Gayron, Quinn, Pasilico, and Gillen. That's your 4 different defensive midfielders who try to see some time. That was a look to Wilson that instead went into Finkelstein's stick. So he hands off to Zuleta. And a sneaky ride here by the Dalers.
Yeah, Dallas like matching feet on the sides. Like when your guy goes over, the defender goes with you. A lot of teams, if you don't match feet, you can throw that pass over the top and usually get out pretty easily. But the Dallas were matching feet there, so it made it a little more difficult. Syosset needs one, right? They've been so patient, but sometimes when you're so patient with the weather, right, you can lead yourself to some turnovers.
Giovinco, he's the one who has scored this afternoon for Syosset to Stadler. We saw a moment ago Owen Azevedo checking in, the sophomore. And now Voigt inverted, at least for the moment. Here's Giovinco trying to work off the screen. Gets it again. Giovinco, can he get the hands free? Goes to the cage. It goes through the crease to the other side, but he stepped into the crease, so it'll be Farmingdale ball.
Great defense, right? Great defense there by Pantorno, right? Kind of riding him into the crease, and Giovinco wanted his left hand there and was able to run out of angle and was pushed into the crease.
And here come the Dalers looking to clear. It's Gayron. He's got a goal as well on the game. Your scorers for the Dalers: Agers, Woodland, O'Keefe, and Gayron. Good look. Step down shot in the goal by Hickus. And Gayron His job is supposed to be as that defensive midfielder, right? He looks like a first-line midfielder, a goal and an assist for Gayron.
He is a problem right now, right? Gets his hands free here. Step down, Hickus, bang, right?
Goal scored by number 22.
It's too easy, right? It's too easy, right? One man clear, right? Punt return all the way to behind. Easy feed, easy finish.
Timeout by Syosset for Hickus, goal number 19 on the year. He will stay as local gets, as will Kyle Wilson. They'll both play their collegiate lacrosse at Farmingdale State. I want to take a look at our upcoming schedule here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. A huge one. One of those games on the lacrosse calendar that you circle, no matter if you're a fan of Chaminade, Manhasset, just a fan of Long Island lacrosse. It is Riggs Rock and the return of Riggs Rock, the 13th meeting between Chaminade and Manhasset honoring Jimmy Regan. That will be tomorrow night out at Ed Walsh Field. That should be a good one. We stay here in Nassau Conference A, Port Washington, and Farmingdale. And then what could be the game of the year in Suffolk County, right? Shoreham-Wading River, Mount Sinai. That should be an incredible match. It always is between those rivals. Come back at Southside and Cold Spring Harbor. The Seahawks coming off a big win over Manhasset. And then two sides that don't share much like for each other, Massapequa and Syosset. Should be a lot of fun as well. All those games right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. You can go to youtube.com/Varsity Media. Hit that subscribe button.
That Manhasset Chaminade game is going to be interesting in terms of both teams have had a couple of losses, right? To see how they in a rivalry game like get themselves up, and I think both teams are going to be really pumped to try to win that one.
Yeah, think about it for Manhasset, right? They lost to Woodstick in overtime. They lost to Cold Spring Harbor by a goal, and now you've got Chaminade. This is all in the span of a week, right? The Indians are facing the possibility of an 0-3 week. That doesn't happen at Manhasset.
Yeah, that's a gauntlet of games, and I got to find out the date. I might drive out to Suffolk just to watch that Shoreham Mount Sinai game in person because that's going to be a war.
Always is. Mangio battles, but Ricardo again. He's been perfect. 7-0. Quick ball movement. Shot. Save by Caputo. He pumps his post as well.
Huge save, right? Brody Waxer in there is an 8th grader who's been getting a bunch of time, scoring some goals for Syosset. Little change up here for the Braves on offense.
Yeah, we saw him last week, right, at Port. He's been the starter on attack. Now he's kind of that 4th attackman. Another shot and another save for Caputo. We go the other way. Good look. Eggers, another flag is thrown. Low shot by Woodland, another save the other way.
Little hitch there. Nice shot, good save. Something to pay attention to. You see Statler's on the sideline here. Got a little wrap on that knee, stretching it.
It'll be a 1-minute slash against Zuleta. So the Dalers' first opportunity with the man up. With 4:42 left here in this first half. And it's funny, you keep saying, this next one's a big goal, right? And it's for a Syosset team that's had their struggles offensively, you can't dig yourself too deep of a hole, even if Ricardo is winning every face-off. So this is a big kill for the Braves.
Yeah, you had a wide open opportunity just a second ago, and Caputo stepped up huge on the save. And if Farmingdale can score here, it's gonna be big.
They work at this side. Fake to the crease, stepping back. And it's a goal.
22 from 1.
Hickus, his second. It is a man-up goal as well as the Dalers extend their lead to 6-1.
Little one more pass here. Eggers looks across. Right, Hickus is there.
How about the recognition, right, by Hickus, making sure his feet are outside of the crease?
And he's so patient there. He gave a little subtle fake that because Finkelstein's an active goalie who likes to be acrobatic. He gave him a little bit of a fake and actually took like a half a step around him. Just a slick little finish there for Farmingdale.
Hickus is second of the game. Agers now with 1-1. And again, it'll be a win for... Actually, it's Mangio's win off that push. So his first. And the Dalers now a terrific opportunity to really put the hammer down here in the final 4 minutes of this first half. Wilson wraps the cage. Shot wide.
Good aggressive move. Got top side. Just shot it wide.
Here's Agers. Back to Bergerson. Kyle Wilson spins, turns, hands it off to Tomaso Ramos, the Stony Brook commit. His brother, Lorenzo, a freshman starter at Binghamton.
Just so many good three sport athletes for Farmingdale on offense. So many different ways they can hurt you.
And I think that's especially true here on this side of the field, right? Because even though you would make the argument as an errant pass and a turnover, you'd say certainly Woodland is kind of that alpha, but he's so unselfish as the alpha. So many other guys can get involved, and we see it here as well, right? When you've got a D midi with a goal and an assist, you've got O'Keefe, a sophomore, in your second midfield line with a goal, and then all three of are starting attackmen with goals and assists.
And I think it's also the fact that they play sports together, right, throughout the whole year. There's such chemistry that they have, and they really don't care who's the guy who's going to score at the end.
Ricardo gets the clear, and it's Disque. Syosset needs a goal in the worst way here. And we expect the Dalers to be as relentless defensively as they have been from the very start.
And every time they've got it on the ground, they've been able to clear it. So it's a little opposite for Syosset. They've gotten some stops, but haven't been able to get it out of their end.
There's Voigt to Javinko. Sidearm shot wide. Backup was there. And that's Brody Waxer. Waxer on Pantorno. Disque tries to shed the check. Nice pass, step down shot, and a nice save by Caputo, stopping Ricardo's bouncer.
Good job, right? High bouncer, right? Kind of went down towards his knees and was able to pop up and make that stop. He's been really sharp. He's been really sharp, making some big saves for Farmingdale.
It really is an incredible story where Caputo is the backup to a guy who you could make the argument in Danny Seaman as the best goalie in Nassau County, right? I think Spencer Will would have an argument with that perhaps, as there's a timeout by the Dalers. But then here comes Caputo. He's the backup, right? He knows his time is coming, and it comes a lot sooner than he expected when Seaman goes down with that injury against Oceanside. So his first game, oh, by the way, you've got to play Massapequa in a rivalry game, right? Did well. They lose by a goal, but then he follows it up with a comfortable win, and he's just feeling well. And listen, we said it in that game, right? The key, I think, for Caputo, and you know better than most, right? Because you deal with goalies obviously all the time, and not only at Oyster Bay, but of course also with the breakout goaltending group. He's not trying to be Danny Seaman, right? He's got to be Jimmy Caputo, and he's not worrying about anything else or any other situations. Just play your game, right? And he's done a great job of that.
I mentioned it last week, when we had the Massapequa game. Like he's the best backup goalie that was on Long Island. And what's changed a little bit about the game is that these kids who play competitive travel lacrosse, they play against the best competition throughout the whole summer. So Jimmy Caputo has seen this type of play his entire life as goalie, right? So it's really not that much different. It's just, stepping into that role to try to fill the shoes of Danny Seaman. And I think having Danny, who's so supportive, really helps him out.
Yeah, that's the other part of it too, right? Where we've seen Seaman kind of act as that mentor, that kind of extra goalie coach, right now for the Dalers as he's dealing with his injury. And it's been remarkable, right? We said it before, but it's worth mentioning again, the Mount Rushmore of Farmingdale goalies, right? You had John Neslansky, class of 81, went to Rutgers, made 800 saves in his high school career. Robbie Mulligan in the 90s, All-American at Syracuse. Anthony Tufano, the first Nassau Player of the Year. We mentioned DeLuca before, wearing that number 40 at Delaware now with the Water Dogs in PLL, and it goes on and on. Those are just, maybe the top of the list, but there's incredible goalies throughout the history at Farmingdale High School.
So Syosset comes out of the timeout in a zone, right, trying to mix it up. They've had some losing some people and
1 minute remaining.
Giving up some easy goals, so now they're changing up, going to a zone look.
O'Keefe up top to Wilson. They'll swing it far side. There's Woodland again, right? It's always interesting where he's popping up. Now he's working his way to the crease.
So Farmingdale's in this sideways 3-3 look, kind of keep cutting guys into the middle. Makes it difficult if you don't communicate on defense.
And we've seen a lot of different guys cut to the crease. Now it looks like it's Ager's opportunity too. Nice dodge, stepped on shot, and a good look. Rebound, another save. Finkelstein with 2. It's loose, a rugby scrum.
Huge stops, right? Huge stops at the end of a half, right? 2 in a row.
Now, can the Braves get one late? They'll talk it over first with 10.5 seconds left. But what a couple of great saves. Let's see if we can pull them up here by Finkelstein. And listen, we talk about great goalies as well, and
you see how high he was, right? So he challenged the shooter there. He's almost he makes that save. He's not even in the crease, right? That's awesome. Matching stick on stick. So you got him playing a high arc there, taking one in the chest off of a Leonard blast, and then Agers right from the top of the crease, right, matching stick on stick.
Yeah, Finkelstein, the 12th Division I goalie in John Calabria's 23 years as head coach. So Syosset's done their job as well, breeding fantastic Division I goalies. Well, we have an opportunity. I want to thank, of course, the Long Island Metro Lacrosse Foundation, whose mission is to spread the positive spirit of lacrosse and support the highest ethical standards for all participants through annual initiatives, which include targeted grants, scholarship programs, lacrosse education, clinics, and events to raise awareness and resources in support of the game. The Long Island Metro Lacrosse Foundation. All right, let's see here what the Braves have drawn up here in the final 10 seconds. It's Disque. Gets loose for a second. Bolello, the stick check from behind, sends it down. One more shot, one more save, and a great first half for the Dalers.
They're on par with that 3.8 goals against. They're even below it. Just a great, come out of timeout to get a nice check there by Bolello, and even got a shot. I think it would have counted if it went.
Yeah, Bolello came in with 25 ground balls, 14 caused turnovers. He also will go on and play at Binghamton. Halftime here at Syosset. It is Farmingdale with a 6-1 lead. This battle of Nassau Conference A powerhouses. You're watching it right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Stand out from the competition with a Varsity Media college recruiting video. A college recruiting video from Varsity Media can help save money on college tuition and land a spot on the team. We use your best plays with our custom editing effect sets and music to ensure a college coach sees your athletic skills. Contact us today to book a college recruiting video. 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net.
If you're an event organizer looking for a media company to cover live streaming, action photography, and game video for your event, look no further. Varsity Media travels throughout the Northeast covering weekend tournaments, showcases, and championships. Contact us today to learn about our services and packages at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
For the best action shots and the best angles, look no further than Varsity Media. Our experienced photographers capture your athletes' best moments right from field level. Plus, we offer great keepsakes like bobbleheads, posters, plaques, and prints. For more information about Varsity Media's photography services, contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media covers every sport at every level from every angle. Game film, recruiting videos, highlight videos, SPORTSCAST,
Under, and what a look.
photography, live streaming. You name it, we offer it. Don't leave your video needs to amateurs. Trust the pros. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Stand out from the competition with a Varsity Media college recruiting video. A college recruiting video from Varsity Media can help save money on college tuition and land a spot on the team. We use your best plays with our custom editing effect sets and music to ensure a college coach sees your athletic skills. Contact us today to book a college recruiting video. 516-403-2050 or email Jeff at varsitymedia.net.
If you're an event organizer looking for a media company to cover live streaming, action photography, and game video for your event, look no further. Varsity Media travels throughout the Northeast covering weekend tournaments, showcases, and championships. Contact us today to learn about our services and packages at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
For the best action shots and the best angles, look no further than Varsity Media. Our experienced photographers capture your athletes' best moments right from field level. Plus, we offer great keepsakes like bobbleheads, posters, plaques, and prints. For more information about Varsity Media's photography services, contact us at 516-403-2050 403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media covers every sport at every level from every angle. Game film, recruiting videos, highlight videos, SPORTSCAST,
Under, and what a look.
photography, live streaming. You name it, we offer it. Don't leave your video needs to amateurs. Trust the pros. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Stand out from the competition with a Varsity Media college recruiting video. A college recruiting video from Varsity Media can help save money on college tuition and land a spot on the team. We use your best plays with our custom editing effects set to music to ensure a college coach sees your athletic skills. Contact us today to book a college recruiting video. 516-403-2050 or email Jeff at varsitymedia.net.
If you're an event organizer looking for a media company to cover live streaming, action photography, and game video for your event, look no further. Varsity Media travels throughout the Northeast covering weekend tournaments, showcases, and championships. Contact us today to learn about our services and packages at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
For the best action shots and the best angles, look no further than Varsity Media. Our experienced photographers capture your athletes' best moments right from field level. Plus, we offer great keepsakes like bobbleheads, posters, plaques, and prints. For more information...
Welcome back to Syosset High School. Second half about to start. Dylan Butler, Brian Soper here. Farmingdale with a 6-1 lead. Those are your first half stats. You see the Dalers with a 19-13 edge, 9 big saves. I think one bigger than the other for Finkelstein, and Caputo's been really good too at 6. And the only number that's really lopsided other than the score is obviously at the faceoff X, right, where Ricardo's won 7 of 8. Dalers capitalizing their one-man-up opportunity, and ground balls are even at 7.
So if you're going to win face-offs, right, it's important to value and possess the ball. So far, Syosset's, Dalers are not going to beat themselves defensively, and has led to some kind of forced and unforced turnovers for Syosset.
And it's simplistic to kind of say it, but you'd imagine part of the conversation, at least for Calabria and his coaching staff, is we've got to get one goal at a time, right? It's not the PLL. There's not 2-point goals, right? You've got to chip away, and listen, Ricardo gives you that beginning, right? And they've just got to, as you mentioned, right, value the possession. They've done a pretty good job in the writing game, right? Early on, they did at least.
So to start
a push from behind.
To start the second half, you see Waxer, the 8th graders, down on attack, and Statler's on the sideline. You mentioned earlier that kind of wait and see with him to see how long he's going to go. It looks like he might be done.
So Syosset's looking to climb their way back. Disque out of the box. as the Braves try to get their second goal. Their first started with an action there. It was Ricardo feeding it out to Giovinco. It was actually on this side of the field as well.
So you see now that, with Waxer on attack, right, they played him with Gayron, right, a short stick, and it looks like they're double polling the midfield.
There's Burch, hands off, gets it right back. Wilson on him, spins, little question mark look, jump shot, went wide. Battle for the loose ball, goes out of bounds, and they'll say it's Daler's ball. Thought there were a couple of Braves there that perhaps were closer.
So Farmingdale had the poles on Disque and Ricardo at the midfield while they were short sticking the attackman. That's probably having two game plans coming into the game. One for Statler playing and one if he's not.
Here comes Pantorno. Good job clearing. Pantorno looks around, finds Woodland. Woodland with 1-1 in that first half.
Just a little story about that, seeing that number 43 running down. Yeah, yesterday, May 5th, was for UMass alums. Eric Sopracasa got hit by a ball and unfortunately passed away May 5th, like 23 years ago. I happened to be there, and it just made me think about driving here today of all the UMass alums who've played for both of these programs, from Danny Passione and the Gabriellis to Brian Danvers, who played for the Braves. Just a shout out to all the UMass Gorillas out there.
Bergerson's shot was saved by Finkelstein.
And Waxer, right on attack, his dad is also a UMass grad, so there's a lot of UMass around here on Long Island.
Wilson gets it to X. And looking at these rosters, there'll be a lot of Binghamton guys as well. Oh, what a great shot. First, it was just a spot on the field that Hickus was. Buries it, his third of the game.
So, again, they got to the middle of the field. Right, Dodge here gives him the middle. Right, Syosset steps up here, kind of slides a little bit adjacent. Too much room for Hickus. He's feeling it today. His third of the game, like you said. Step down, fire, easy goal.
They gave Ramos the assist, his third of the year. So on the Dalers' 21st shot, they have a 7-1 lead. And Mangio went early. Can Syosset capitalize on the late change? And that's what you get, right? When you have a guy who stays on versus a guy who goes off. Mangio went off, and the Dalers were late to sub, but it doesn't come back to hurt them.
Syosset they just don't have that ability to really, play super fast offensively, and are so patient. But down 7-1, perhaps you need to take a little chances there if you get any type of odd man situations.
And that's a little bit of what you get when you lose guys. As there's a step down shot, and another save by Caputo. It was Giovinco with the shot. But that's what you get, right? When you lose Buetti and Alexander, who score like 1,000 goals in 3 years.
Yeah, it's hard to transition offensive players if you're used to being kind of a role player, and all of a sudden you got to be the guy who's scoring or setting up goals.
So the Ride gets a turnover at midfield, and now you've got a chance to run, right? Unsettled. Oh, nice flip pass. There's the goal. A beautiful finish by the Dalers. It's the 8th grader, Brody Waxer, with the finish. A fantastic look by Burch.
That's what you need. A little ride, get it back. Slick little pass here coming up. Oh, a little shovel. Bam, right? 8th grader, get yourself a Newsday there again in a big game. Tremendous job.
Waxer's 8th goal of the year, and Burch gets assist number 4. Big goal for Waxer. He now matches his class, right? The 8th grader with 8 goals. Ricardo is double teamed. Here comes the pole. Look out. It's loose. Stays with Syosset. They've got to make sure they get it in, though. Still loose. Ricardo gets it. He's going the wrong way. He's held as well. What's the call? He said that he went out, so it'll be Farmingdale ball.
I like to see the energy here that the Syosset's come out of the halftime with, right? Coach Calabria is somebody who is always going to get the most out of his team. Doesn't matter the score, and no way the Braves going to quit here.
Here comes Ramos.
You know, you get a stop, you get another goal, right? 7-3.
Wilson. Oh, what a look. Oh! Finkelstein with the save. Denies. Eggers in front.
Good look, tried to bounce it, right? Sometimes it's tough to bounce it that in tight, but good save by Finkelstein. He's keeping him in this. This could easily be, 11, 12 goals for the Dalers.
His 11th save. And as we said coming out of the break at halftime, it just feels like one is bigger than the next or better than the next.
No, you mentioned he's getting peppered, right? And sometimes as a goalie, when you're getting peppered, it brings the best out of you. You start to really make some stops because you really can't even think about it. You're constantly on the move.
You'd make the argument, and you know better than most, right? It's easier or it's harder the other way when you're not facing shots a lot, right? To kind of how do you stay busy? As Waxer, they'll call a push with possession, so it'll stay with Syosset. Here is Waxer. Oh, strong move to the cage. Waxer! You can't even say he's a freshman. The 8th grader, his second goal.
He's still in middle school, right?
Hey, I think he probably goes right behind us here, right?
What a great move. I mean, taking a junior there on the pole, it gets inside, takes an extra step, and finishes like he has all the confidence in the world.
Well, you mentioned the jeans, right? And Waxer, a great finish there. And as you said, 7-3.
Uncle Brett, right? Coaches soccer here.
Soccer coach.
Was on the lacrosse staff here with John for a long time. So, I mean, anytime an 8th grader can step up in a varsity Class A game, there's a great future in store.
Well, nearly a turnover, but Ricardo picks it back up. Nice cut. Sidearmed opportunity, and Javinko does not need much to get those hands free.
He set him up there, a little backdoor cut in transition. It was a great little catch under some duress and just shot it wide.
Waxer, why not? Have a day, his 3rd. And here comes the Braves.
Sometimes those sparks come from different places, right? And have an 8th grader step up here and kind of give some momentum to the Braves is tremendous. Same, they say the stick has eyes, right? So you get to that GLE, just because you're on the goal line doesn't mean you don't have an angle, right? You wrap that stick around, all right, and you find that shot. That's a crafty shot for an 8th grader.
And again, we say it so much about those underclassmen, but the same is true of Brody Waxer. Doesn't look the part, right? He looks like he's a guy who's been there and done that and is certainly not going to be intimidated by those Farmingdale long poles.
And that's easier said than done, right?
100%.
The Daler defense is well known for its toughness and tenacity. And
now here's Voigt. Voigt gets top side. Keeps going. Oh, great look. Low to high.
Whoa.
What a save by Caputo.
Tremendous, right? That would have sent the roof off of this place, right, if they were able to score one there on a step down.
Burch was right there. Let's see if momentum now goes back to the Dalers off of that Caputo save.
Again, it's very encouraging to get another good shot there what you're seeing by Syosset on offense is that it's almost like they were being too patient in the first half. Now it's like they're going to pressure you, match pressure with pressure and attack the goal, and rather than being so passive.
There's Wilson. Wilson, he's got the shorty matchup.
Playing the sub game here.
Yep. Out of the box comes O'Keefe. Hands off. Top side, Bergeson, extra pass. There's side netting by Agers. Finkelstein, good clear. Ricardo gets running. And look at this, maybe some numbers here. It's Waxer. He's got the hot hand.
Definitely sensing a different Syosset team here in the second half.
Disque backs up as Burch comes out of the box. Here he is. Waxer. Looks, sees a cutter, tries to get it to Disque. Ball gets out to midfield. It'll be over and back. It'll stay with the Braves. Quick restart.
You like the aggressiveness there by Waxer. Maybe a bit of a force on that feed. But offsides gives the ball back to the Braves.
Here's Burch, who a moment ago had an incredible opportunity. This time he cashes in. Tyler Burch. The bouncer. And the Braves are within 2.
Good move here to the right hand, right, kind of giving him the alley. Kind of gets a step here. High overhand bounce shot. Boom. Right, you see Caputo, right? He's kind of down. He already committed. He perhaps sensed bounce shot, but he's laying there, right? It's very difficult if you're laying down to get a well-placed bounce shot right under the bar. So that's, was it 2 shots in a row by Burch, right? He tried to go high. Caputo got him. Now he got him with a bounce shot. Maybe that's the coach telling him or something to change up his shooting. But I love to see that when you rebound there and you bury it on a different type of shot.
This guy's been Mr. Consistent at the face-off X. Another win for Ricardo. His 12th in 13 attempts.
That's what gives Syosset a lot of confidence now. They've dug back in it, and they control the X. This is a dogfight now.
And Finkelstein is doing what he's doing in the other cage as well. Here's Javinko on Bolello. Back out to Burch. And there's Disque. Voigt. They go high crease. Turnaround shot. Ricardo gets it.
Good patience, good feed by Giovinco there. You see Ricardo here. He's kind of sealing. He's sealing. He's got the guy. Look at the crease. The guy's behind him. He's open. You can't, he's open, right? Really good players don't have to have a ton of space. Right, by having that defender on his back, he's open, right? Catch, turn, fire, lower corner.
And Brian Soper, we've got a 1-goal game. What a comeback for the Braves here in this third quarter. And there's still 2:45 left in it.
At half, I wouldn't have said that, right? The Kentucky Derby's coming up on Saturday. I'm a betting man, but I really didn't see this one coming.
And now, Syosset has a chance to tie it. They have come all the way back. And you know what? It's been obviously Waxer's been the guy, right, with 3 goals, but a lot of different guys involved. So you don't necessarily have to feed 19 here. A bunch of guys were getting looks and getting opportunities. Skip pass to Giovinco.
But I really think it's important for Ricardo to get that one. I think he's the type of player who feeds off of that energy, and getting him one is gonna bring out his best.
Look to the crease, bounces around, and it goes in to the stick of Pantorno. And again, we'll see a very aggressive ride as Giovinco chases it down. There's Ramos. And now the Dalers certainly looking to take some time off. They've not been on this side of the field, and they've taken a few haymakers now by Syosset. So you want to give your long poles some opportunity to rest a little bit and also get these guys more familiar with each other and pass it around a little bit. O'Keefe, Bergerson gets topside. Bergerson, look at him, surrounded. 3 Syosset guys around him, and Caputo just gets it right back to Finkelstein.
Just so much more energy on the defensive, offensive end in the middle of the field. Finkelstein was the guy he was the one providing it for him, and now they're all starting to feed into that.
Final minute, and there's a flag, so the Braves will have an opportunity to go man up. And we'll see if they take it here in the end of this quarter. Obviously, if you just take the clock down, you don't take a shot, you'll have that man up.
You still will have it, right? So this is a free possession, right? You shouldn't hold this. This is go time, right? Try to get your best shot.
Ricardo says, I'll do just that, and Caputo says no.
Now is when you think about, if you want to be aggressive and go for it, or if you want to, with Ricardo, this is not a definite decision where you hold on to it, right? If
right,
you think
exactly.
you can, if you can score and you might win the faceoff to start the fourth, maybe you go for it.
Conversation among the officials. And now the call will come to the table.
Green 22, cross check 1 minute.
It's a nice loud call there as we get the cross check for a minute against the Dalers. It's Hickus. So second man up opportunity for the Braves with 26 seconds left in this third quarter. There's Ricardo. Burch to Disque. They'll play catch with 9. Disque. Shouts of hold it from everyone, from the bench, from the parents. And Waxer's like, all right, I got you. No problem. I'll hold it.
There's the 8th grader, right? The son of coaches, right? The uncle's a coach, right? Just understanding the situation.
High lacrosse IQ. What a comeback by the Braves in that third quarter, but they still do trail by that 1 goal. Final 12 minutes of regulation coming up right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
Back at Syosset High School. Dylan Butler, Brian Soper with you here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Final 12 minutes of regulation, and guess what? We've got yet another 1-goal game. It seems like that's all we've had on the Varsity Media Sports Network the last 2 weeks, right? We had Syosset and Port Washington. That was a 1-goal game. Massapequa and Port, that was an overtime game. Massapequa, Farmingdale. The Woodstick, Chaminade, St. Anthony's last night. or was it 2 nights ago? I don't know. I'm losing all the different nights. Cold Spring Harbor and Manhasset was a 1-goal game. Incredible stuff here on the island. There's Waxer now with 22 seconds remaining. And Caputo gets the ball.
Right, those are the shots that are going to be pretty easy for Jimmy, right, as he's kind of going down, kind of towards his knees, right, those ones that are kind of head high, right, that was right in his stick. Probably look for a little quick on that shot. And here's the big guy clearing it.
Gayron swims, loses it though. Oh, but they get the timeout. Did they get it? They did. So the Dalers, just before the turnover happens, you get the timeout.
Good internal clock there by Coach Huggerford, kind of counting in his head how it's getting close, right? That's an important possession, even though 11:22 left. 7-6, right? You need to get a goal for the Dalers.
The Long Island Lacrosse Academy Summer Camp. Yeah, it doesn't feel like summer's coming soon, but it certainly is here. You got the first session coming up from June 27th to July 1st. The second from the 5th to the 8th. That's at Cantiag Park in Hicksville. You don't want to miss the Long Island Lacrosse Academy Summer Camp. See the website at the bottom of your screen, lilacrosseacademy.com.
It's a great camp. I sent my son Sean there. I think I might have worked the first one ever at Cantiag Park. Less amount of kids than now, but just a great camp. The kids love the lacrosse, and then they get access to the pool. Great job by Coach Calabria, always putting that together.
We didn't think we'd have quite the ball game that we have now, but huge credit to Syosset. And you wonder, and again, right, there's no such thing as moral victories, but you wonder this comeback as it happened in the third quarter, what this might mean now going forward for Syosset. Of course, you got to finish this game, and it doesn't mean much, let's say, if you lose by 3 or 4 goals at the end of the game, but Bolello can't hold on, gets it right back. Loses it again.
The fact that these teams will probably, in some way, shape, or form, these teams are going to meet each other, right?
You would think so.
The last thing you want is to have an 11-1 game and for confidence. Now, this one sets up another matchup tremendously. And I think it's important, like Finkelstein kept them in this, right? This is the reason why it's a 1-goal game, is because he made so many good stops, right, that when it could have got really ugly.
And you're right. You go back to last year, right, when the return of lacrosse here on the island after the pandemic as Wilson fires high. The Dalers won that first matchup, no backup, so Syosset will get the ball. But Farmingdale won the regular season matchup 6-5, where Colton Becker gets the game-winning goal. Interesting enough, that was one where the Dalers rallied from 4-1 down at halftime, so perhaps things shifted here for the Braves, but then Syosset wins that second, the more important one, winning the county championship game.
Yeah, you have to remember sometimes, even though we're live streaming it and the Varsity Media does a good job making these feel like college games, these are still 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids.
Disque! Top side. You love the celly, and we are tied at 7.
So getting to the middle of the field is so important. Little hezzy move there, gets to the middle. Slide gets sealed, right? It's a great job by Ricardo. He does a good job kind of doing the little things. He seals the slide there, shoots it to the lower corner. Caputo from Farmingdale, I can tell he's a little upset that one went, but when you get it on net, you get it to the right spots, and good things happen.
Goal number 15 on the season for Disque. Mangio gets it. Can he hang on to it? Huge face-off for the Dalers. Only his second win. Step down. Pole goal! Pantorno, the response.
43. So the thing here is they got caught in everyone's subbing, right? Everyone's kind of subbing, running off the field. You see Ricardo, you see 13, gives numbers, all right? Step down here with that pole, high arc there by Finkelstein, right? Pantorno, he looks like he's done that before, right?
He has, his second goal of the year. And he gave the assist to Tomaso Ramos, his second of the game.
Crazy game, right? They tie it up, and then Mangio digs in and gets that face off, and then you get a pole goal, right? If it's going to be tied in the next sequence, you want it some way for Farmingdale.
Yeah, are we playing bingo here?
Yeah.
And now Ricardo gets it back. Hands off. How about another pole goal? No. That shot high by the freshman, William Cauley. Here comes a double. Gayron still has it. Waxer losing it. And the Dealers come away with it. Although that's lost now. Gayron lost it. And back to Ramos.
Huge ground ball there by Ramos.
Woodland. Hungerford puts arms up, saying, hold it.
It's been about 2 quarters, right, since we called Woodland's name, with Syosset making that comeback in the third quarter. Haven't had too many attack possessions for the Dealers.
There is big Caden Lennon. Amazing, right? 6'4", 200, just a sophomore.
Kind of like a secret weapon. I think Coach Hungerford was like keeping him on ice for a while, and all of a sudden, boom, here comes this big lefty.
Yeah, not so secret. I think the college coaches will be calling this summer. Here's O'Keefe from X. Gets the screen, pumps the brakes, turns. Will we go question mark? No, he'll just go back to X. Agers, a looping pass, spinning to his left, firing wide of the cage by Wilson.
Good possession, good shot. Good shot out of the dodge. Good positioning by Finkelstein. We had a good angle from up here, and there wasn't much to shoot at.
Hickus up top to Woodland. Lowers the shoulder. He's on his left. Woodland!
Kind of mixes it up a little bit there. I've been kind of shooting low a little bit. Good approach here by Catolo. Good position, but gives him a little bit too much to his left hand. Gives him a step. Leans in with those 2 hands. Just kind of caught off guard Finkelstein there. So kind of the last spot you think he's going to put it near side as he's sweeping to his left hand. Good placement.
You got to play Woodland off his left, right? I mean, both goals have been strong on his left.
So I think his approach was really good, and Woodland kind of took a half a step to his right to set up his left, and kind of Catolo went with him, and kind of that half doesn't need much. And then when he lowers that shoulder, he creates space.
Oh, look at Mangio. Another massive face-off win. And listen, for CJ Mangio, man, that's 2 out of the last 3.
And that's when you start to think about the fourth quarter, right? A guy who's just taking face-offs as opposed to a guy who's out there playing offense and defense, and at some point it has to take its toll.
Especially when you're fighting uphill, right? Trying to climb your way back in to this game. So this is a big possession here where the Dealers up by 2. Wilson has it. He's got the short stick matchup. And he will take his defender, which is Joe Gagliardo, to X.
So back-to-back possessions where you see Farmingdale inverting a midfielder and perhaps hoping that they can slide and then capitalize on a bad approach from up top.
Nice move by Wilson. Pumps the brakes, goes the other way, feeds it up top. Low shot, saved by Finkelstein.
Good.
Denying Hickus.
Good feed, good quick release by Hickus. Good save, as he's done all game.
And here comes Catolo now. Catolo, a wide receiver on the football team, could certainly run for days as well. Syosset, though, will call a timeout. 9-7 is your score with 6:33 remaining. We talked about our upcoming schedule here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Some tremendous games for you, and it starts tomorrow night under the lights at Manhasset. What a environment it was a week ago at the Woodstick, the 138th Woodstick, which Garden City won in overtime on a Stevie Fennell goal. We expect it to be as packed and as electric when Chaminade comes to Manhasset. Port Washington and Farmingdale lock horns, and then Shoreham, Wading River, Mount Sinai. Southside, Cold Spring Harbor. Cold Spring Harbor, one of the hottest teams on the island right now, and then Massapequa and Syosset as well. That game tomorrow night, of course, again, is for the life and legacy of Jimmy Regan, who was a Chaminade grad, 1998. He played at Duke as well, and then lost his life on, I think it was his 4th tour with the Army Rangers in Iraq in 2007. And since that time, he's a Manhasset resident, or was a Manhasset resident, went to Chaminade. So both of those lacrosse teams made sure to every year play a game in his honor. First time, though, in a couple years, as there's a shot, and Caputo got a piece. First time, Brian, in a couple years, because of, one, you lose that year for COVID, and last year you were limited in terms of who you can play. So that should be great to get that one back on the schedule, and should be a fun one out at Manhasset tomorrow night.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to have any, non-league games. Everything was kind of scheduled for us.
Giovinco skip pass. Ricardo gets the ground ball. That was almost like a face-off ground ball for him in the attacking side. Push, no foul call. Then it's Waxer, and now a late flag from behind comes in. So delayed penalty against the Dalers.
So they're shutting off Ricardo, right, with a short stick, right? Ramos is shutting Ricardo off for this possession.
Voigt.
Farmingdale's going to be fine with somebody other than Ricardo beating them here on this possession.
Waxer pumps the brake, turns it back to where he came from. Tries to get an inside roll. Waxer gets it. Double team. Waxer still has it. And that shot wide. Ball goes down, or he was in the crease. And now we'll have the penalty call.
The thing that's so impressive about Waxer is like he just seems so confident with the ball and handling pressure. Like a seasoned veteran, and playing against some good poles.
So it's a 30-second hold. Braves back with their third man-up opportunity. They're 0 for 2 this afternoon. Giovinco thought about it for a second, or at least showed the Farmingdale defense the possibility of a shot. He gets it back now at X. Feeds the crease! And there's the finish. The dunk comes in.
I was watching that possession. They do a good job. Ricardo's kind of like he's kind of sealing and doing stuff inside. He's kind of like almost like a decoy. And then they slip off of it, and a great finish there, catch and finish on the man up.
Yeah, Spencer Newman gets it.
Huge goal.
His 5th of the year.
You're so worried about Ricardo in there that you kind of almost occupied. Everyone's kind of looking where he is in the crease. He scored that one a second, one of the few goals earlier from the high crease. Kind of lose him and allow that dive down to the pipe, and a good finish.
Back to a 1-goal game. Newman's been a great story, too, as Catolo gets the ground ball off that face-off win. Catolo wants to pole goal, doesn't get it, but it stays alive behind the cage with Waxer.
He's got a shorty, but that's not your average shorty there with Gayron, who's a big, strong athlete.
But Newman, right, started the year was close D, then moved to defensive midi, and has now got 5 goals on the year.
That's just great job by him, to take a role and to be a D-midi and then all of a sudden find your way on man up and capitalize in a big game in the fourth quarter. That's a great job by him.
Waxer to Voigt. Got some cutters now as Javenko gets it. He works on Bolello. Slide. Back up top.
You see Ricardo, everyone else's jersey's white. His is like a brownish, grayish something.
Yeah, on the turf, no less, right? Yeah. Imagine this was the old Syosset field. Oh, a fantastic save by Caputo. Shot came from Disque.
Huge save, huge time, right? At the end of this, we got a breakout save of the game, right? That's definitely going to be in the running.
Listen, your job is not an easy one. You're picking that here today as we've got a yard sale. We go the other way. Here's Waxer. But yeah, we've had a few candidates, right, for the breakout goaltending group save of the game. Waxer.
Yeah, you could point fingers if you win or lose a game, right? There's no way that either coach can look at either of these goalies and be like, they cost us anything. They've both been tremendous.
Here comes Javenko. Skip pass, far post. Another save by Caputo.
Good skip pass. Good save, low and away. That's Burch again, right? So Caputo, another save there on Burch. Huge timing.
Wilson steps in, steps back out. Big moment here in the game. 1-goal game with 2:20 left. Wilson just walks it to X. Inside of 2 minutes, we'll have the Dalers needing to keep it in. Wilson spins. And now they do have the stall warning under 2.
Curious to see how the Syosset will play it, right? Will they at some point let the goalie out of the net and double, or will they let it play all the way down?
Ramos swims behind the cage. Still has it. Finkelstein still in his cage with 1:36 left.
Yeah, I think you got to play it straight until maybe you get.
Oh, he's bouncing out now. And he is out now.
Pretty sure Farmingdale has one timeout left. Don't be shocked if you see one used.
Ramos, now the double comes. Kicks it out. Again, you've got to keep it in. And there is that timeout that you referenced as Brendan O'Keefe had the ball in his stick. Listen, you think this is a great game. You want to bring your game to life. It's a Varsity Media Sportscast. We've got announcers, multiple cameras, instant replays, and graphics. Great for your rivalry game, senior day, apparently any Nassau Conference A showdown, because it's going to be a 1-goal game, and any general promotion of your team. Contact us to book a sportscast at 516-403-2050 or visit varsitymedia.net.
One of the best things I've seen, Varsity Media did a hype video a couple of years ago for the Dalers, right? It was pretty good with the smoke.
And what's, I think, the incredible part of that, too, Brian, is that was a preseason hype video of the Dalers of a season that never happened. So that was their highlight, right? Their seniors, that's what they got to have, right? Like it was a cool, like it was supposed to set the season up, but the season never came because of COVID. So that was kind of cool for those guys. And you can see at the top left, you can subscribe to us here on our YouTube channel. Listen, our regular season's winding down, but like these teams, we'll have some postseason lacrosse as well. So you want to follow us as well on all our social media handles. We'll let you know where we will be.
Those kids can show them the video and then tell their kids that they went on to win the state title and that it was a fairy tale ending.
All right, so off the timeout, you've got the ball in one of your more reliable guys, right? Ryan Woodland, 6'5", lefty's got it. Catolo whacks it away.
Exactly what you want if you're Syosset.
And now Catolo racing down. Final minute. Still has it. Catolo loses it at midfield. Pushes it forward. Bolello's knocked down. Slashed hard. Here comes flags. Bolello is down, injured, and I think you kind of go back a moment, right, where for Catolo, you had the opportunity to find one of your shorties, and you just continue to go.
Yeah, if he probably takes another 2 steps and gets it over the midfield line, you probably get a timeout there for Syosset, and then the kind of loose ball, and then you take a slash. Now it's really difficult for Syosset to try to get the ball back with 46 down a man.
So Catolo in for the 1 minute slash with 46.9 left in this game. A really tough situation now for the Braves. And that's got to be tough, right? You've got the ball. You do the job defensively, right? You've got the opportunity now to come down, and they don't even get an opportunity to get the shot off, right? There's a foul there after Catolo lost it on Bolello, and now the Dailers have it. The chance certainly here to ice it.
Yeah, you almost got to leave an empty net here and just guard. And oh my God!
Wow! Right away, Wilson loses it. He gets the ground ball. It's still on the carpet. 36 seconds left.
Scoop it, Syosset.
Still loose. Yard sale. That was Finkelstein. Failure. And here comes Syosset. Yet another opportunity. They go pole to pole.
Calabria's going to call a timeout.
They want it. They're calling for it. Can they get it? You had coaches doing like the.
There's a lot of referees in the stands.
Always are. All right, so you've got 18-1 on the clock, and what an opportunity now for the Braves, right? It looks like it was over, and then you get it off the restart, and now you've got the chance. If you are Syosset, you're down a goal, down a man, but it doesn't really matter here. They got a good chance here to tie the game with the ball in their stick.
You think Ted gets it to start?
I think that's a good person to start things, right? To be that facilitator, Ricardo. If you're looking at hot hands, obviously you mentioned before, Waxer with his 3 goals. Giovinco with 1 and 2. Ricardo, you said 1 and 1. Same with Burch. Disque has a goal. Spencer Newman, a big goal late as well.
So if I'm Coach Calabria here, win or lose this game, I want Caputo to have to make a save.
100%.
Get a shot on the net. We can win or lose, but we got to get a shot. We got to somehow get it on net.
And that's what you thought you lost, right? On that foul, on that penalty.
Yeah, usually that's kind of game set match.
Well, it's the restart that you thought, right? Ricardo to Giovinco. Giovinco on Bolello. Cuts it to the outside, spins. 12 seconds. Bolello up top. Here's Ricardo. Flips it off to Giovinco with 7. Giovinco goes to the crease. Turning there, nothing. Giovinco up top, 2 seconds. And Caputo with perhaps his easiest save, although you'd argue his most important, as the Dailers come away with a 9-8 win.
Yeah, good defense by the Dailers. A lot of passing, exchanging, carries, right? And, a long-range shot like that, Farmingdale would live with that, especially with Caputo in the net.
Yeah, not the look if you're Syosset that you wanted. You do get the shot off, but an easy one for Caputo to see. He makes the save, and the Dailers win it in what turned out to be a thriller, 9-8, as Farmingdale improves to 10-2 on the season, 4-1 in Nassau Conference A, and Syosset falls to under 500. They are 5-6, 3-2. We'll take a quick break and we'll reset. We'll get you our RP3 Player of the Game presented by Whitmore Insurance, as well as our breakout goaltending group. save of the game when we return right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Stand out from the competition with a Varsity Media college recruiting video. A college recruiting video from Varsity Media can help save money on college tuition and land a spot on the team. We use your best plays with our custom editing effect set to music to ensure a college coach sees your athletic skills. Contact us today to book a college recruiting video. 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net.
If you're an event organizer looking for a media company to cover live streaming, action photography, and game video for your event, look no further. Varsity Media travels throughout the Northeast covering weekend tournaments, showcases, and championships. Contact us today to learn about our services and packages at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to Syosset, where the Dalers, if this was the postseason, Brian Soper, you'd say they survived and advanced, right? Because that is the case when they get back on that bus to head to Farmingdale. It was a battle, one that we didn't necessarily think they'd be in, right? A big lead. I think it was 7-1 at one point, and then Syosset comes firing back, and I think both goaltenders came up with a big game, and Brian, you're with the breakout goaltending group. I lean to your expertise here, and we could have gone, like we could have had a breakout goaltending group, top 10 saves of the game, right? Because there were so many here, but you went with kind of the time and score and that kind of situation with this save here by Jimmy Caputo.
Yeah, we had some crazy saves in this game, but this was a tie game, right? When Syosset came back into the game, and Disque goes to his left hand here, right? Caputo snuffs it out, boom, right? Gets down low, makes the save, and Farmingdale then picks it up and clears the ball. But so many different ways to go. Finkelstein made some ridiculous one-on-one saves, right?
He had a double save.
Double save. Like, for me, I get it, the ones that look real pretty, but for me, it's always kind of time when it happens, and that was one that they really needed, and Jimmy Caputo stepped up big time there.
Listen, I know not just because Brian's here or because they're a sponsor of the Breakout Goaltending Group, they do an incredible job. If you are a young goalie on Long Island, you want to be trained up the right way, you want to have the opportunity to perhaps play in the next level or certainly play really well for your high school team, you got to give these guys a call. So that's our Breakout Goaltending Group save of the game, and now it's time for the RP3 player of the game, presented by Whitmore Insurance. And another one, Brian, where we could have debated a few different ways to go. You could have even given Caputo the double there, right, for the job that he did in the cage. But we've gone with an attackman for Farmingdale, James Hickus, number 22. He's somewhere in that mix. He did an incredible job for the Dalers with 3 goals and 1 assist. A big, big performance by the senior attackman.
Right, yeah, I did a tremendous job here. All right, finishing the ball for the Dalers. Boom, quick. That was a good save, right? It could have had 4, right? If it wasn't for that guy, Finkelstein, right, who was kind of highway robbing people today. But, at the end of the day, you scored 3 goals, right, in a game, right, that's so tightly contested. And that it's all about the first half, right? The Dalers dominated the first half, and Hickus was the guy who led them there.
Yeah, James Hickus was huge, 3-1 again to lead the way for Farmingdale. James Hickus is our RP3 player of the game, presented by Whitmore Insurance. What a game, Brian. This was so much fun. Again, it's another 1-goal game, and for the Braves, yet another 1-goal defeat, but we expect them again to be better for it, and we've got them on the schedule going forward here at home against Massapequa. We have the Dalers again against Port Washington, which will, it'll be another 1-goal game, right? And here's, again, our upcoming schedule. Chaminade and Manhasset, Riggs Rock tomorrow night, Port and Farmingdale, Shoreham, Wading River, and Mount Sinai. Southside and Cold Spring Harbor, Massapequa, Syosset, all these games in the Varsity Media Sports Network. So that'll do it here for us from Syosset High School. I want to thank our crew, Ben Turchin, our executive producer, our technical director, Chris Sweeney, of course, AJ Nieves, giving you all the great camera angles and looks, from my man Brian Soper, Dylan Butler, thanking you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next time right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.